Okay, so it's a just weights class this morning. For the purpose of the video, I have got a nice clear area out here. I've got some notes that I'm going to refer to, and we've got the use of the hammer. If you haven't got a hammer, buy one. 16 quid from tool shed, tool station, Screwfix or wherever. Okay, or you can use a lightweight dumbbell. Okay, right, so we're going to start off with a side lunge and slingshot squat for 50 seconds. Everybody pick the kettlebell up in your right hand. I'm going to turn that volume up, not loads, and play whatever music you want to in the background. We're working out to a little bit of Harry Styles this morning. Let's go, guys. So side lunge, leave it, and then round the back, side lunge. So this is just our little setup every time, and then we're going to go through it. We're going to do a pyramid this morning. I'm teaching a live class at the moment online, and I'm recording it at the same time as doing it, instructing it, watching you lot. So again, if I need to sort of shout at the class, I will do so, but I will withhold names. Unless you're doing something really stupid, then you're going to be a YouTube phenomenon. A little bit like my mum last week, who decided to walk in the class as I was teaching it. I'm going to bring that back up, round the back, bring it in, adjust the feet. We're going into a suitcase pickup on the right hand side. Let's go. So suitcase pickup, nice and gentle. We might change this exercise to a deadlift, moving through it, but at the moment it's a suitcase. Now again, remember guys, don't let that arm go behind you. Make sure it's out in a straight line, and that kettlebell is being placed at the side of the ankle, not forwards. And again, don't be leaning over. So again, 50 seconds on each exercise. So I'm just removing my glasses. Gotta go and get some glasses, guys. So I will be, ran out of time last week to sort it out. Did get the eye test. And time. Okay, put that down over onto the left side. Step the left foot forwards, and then we're going to go into the right hand. Okay, single arm row. And I'm going to let go of it and then pull it. Now, obviously, when I'm teaching on Zoom, we've got that mirror image. So, but when we're on YouTube, it turns it round. So as long as you are doing what I say rather than what I do, okay? So it'll be what I say on YouTube and what you see on Zoom. Now I do that little release there, guys. You don't have to, it's just because of the time frame. Also, it's like a little reset. Time. Drop that down, knock the handle forwards. Keeping the right hand on it. Take the knees back. We've got a backwards and forwards press up. Let's go. Push back, drop forwards. So all the weight's going through that right hand. So it'll be the right hand on the kettlebell. So these are right-sided exercises. And then the pyramid, basically we're going to go all the way down the pyramid, all the way back on 50 seconds. There's some exercises that are both-sided, some exercises that are the same side. Okay, so we're just keeping that going for me, guys. And time. Now stay down, but just move the kettlebell over to the left side. Okay, and then turn it back up. Step the right leg forwards, and then we're going to go just an up-down lunge. Up-down lunge. So that right leg's forwards. I've got the kettlebell underneath my left hand, and I've got my right foot forwards. So we've got our up-down lunge. Okay, and after this, I'm going to switch equipment over onto the hammer. Okay, so you've got a little bit more formal teaching from me this morning because, like I say, I'm attempting to teach and video at the same time. So we've got some stuff for the record, and I do, like I said, I hope it's a good one this morning. It's just weights. Time. Step that up, move that out of the way. We've got a Thor's hammer. Hammer on the right hand side, underhand grip. Left hand over the top. Are we ready? Let's go. So down it goes. Circumnavigate the head and then over. Now if you're new to the Thor's hammer, obviously this can be done on a dumbbell as well. So it's just literally over and down. It's a little bit like a halo, but you don't have to go back as far. If you've got shoulder issues, you can keep it forwards. And it's just like a little lasso exercise. The Thor's hammer is really good for working the waist, shoulder shaping, shoulder mobilising, giving us some shape on our ass. So it sort of works pretty much every muscle group. Time. Okay, keep that hammer in the right hand side, stick forwards, adjusting the feet inwards. Again, we've got a squat side raise. Let's go. So squat side raise. Now I'm going to do an exercise that we brought out last Wednesday for the first time. We have done it this week. It's a bodyweight exercise. Nobody likes it because it's hard and it works. So again, it's that kneeling squat. So it's a kneeling squat. So this first round of exercises is 15 minutes long, guys, just over. Time. Put that down. Make sure you've got a mat. Okay. Right foot forwards. Now we're going to go up, squat, and then left knee back down again. Not that one, Jose. It's the squat one, mate. Sorry I mentioned your name. Sorry. So it's going to go up, squat, and back down again. That's it. Now again, you can use the fingers. Keep going on that one. I'll show you from the side, both sides. So that knee goes down. Try and stay low, squat, and then back down. From the other side, keep going. Basically, it's there. And rest. Give that a little march, and then we're going to go back up, so we're going to go straight back down again. Left foot forward this time, off that right knee. Let's go. Squat. So we're going to go back up the way we came. That's my left leg forwards, right knee touching down. I turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing with my foot. You can, however, do that if you wanted to, but you get a little scrape across the floor. Depends on how your feet are, guys. Already hate this one. Me too. I'm using my hand on my knee. I'm not cheating. I'm just stabilising the knee joint. And time. Okay, hammer. Stick in front left side. Squat side raise. Let's go. Squat side raise. There we go. Now again, obviously if you've got a dumbbell, Same exercise basically. So on this one, make sure that the arm is not going backwards, that when you raise it, it's in front of the body. That's it. So again, heart rate should have gone up. Looking at online people, they're huffing a little bit. That would have been the, keep going for me, that would have been the kneeling squat. Let's done that too yet. And time. Bring that in. Right hand stays over. Left hand goes under. Widen the feet. Thor's hammer. Let's go. Obviously, if you've got a dumbbell instead of a hammer, it's the same exercise, guys. You just double it up. The beautiful thing about the hammer is it trains you unilaterally, which means one side of the body at any one time. Now the next exercise is going to be your up-down lunge, and it'll be left leg forwards, kettlebell underneath the right hand. When we get there, sure you can all hear the bell, whether you're doing it online or whether you're doing a YouTube. Time. That's out of the way. Okay. So that's going to go underneath my right hand. Left foot forwards, up down lunge. So trying to straighten that left leg. You're on the ball of the foot. So we've got a little isolation exercise. So you've got that left foot forwards, kettlebell underneath the right hand. Now the next exercise is going to be that press up, and the kettlebell needs to be underneath your left hand this time. Down it goes, burning on that leg. Drop the kettlebell, make sure it's underneath your left hand. Kettlebell goes forwards. And then we're going to go push it back and press. Now the wider you have the hands, it's really up to you guys, wherever. Now again, I can hear some music in the background playing, guys, and this is Callio, and this is the band that I'm going to go and see next Thursday, which is why I am off next Thursday. The first time I went to see them, I was supposed to go and see them about 8 years ago, and basically I had to cancel on the day because there was some drama. There's always some drama, isn't there? And time. Flick that back up. Step that right foot forwards this time. We've got our single arm row on the other side. Let's go. Single arm row. So again, remember I'm doing that one with, one without. So I'm like, well, not one without, so I'm just releasing the fingers so that every single time I do a repetition, it feels like the first time. Okay, you don't even have to take your hands off it, you just release the fingers. Hopefully you've got a good image, regardless of what medium you're watching this on or doing this live with me. 10 seconds, and then we're going to slowly get up, leave the bell down. We can adjust that in the 10 seconds changeover. Leave that there. Stand up. Move that kettlebell to the left side of the ankle. We're going to put the right arm out. Suitcase. So we've got our suitcase. After this, we've got our final repeated exercise, which is our slingshot side lunge that I chose to kick us off with. So you've got a 50, 40 and a 30 round today. So in other words, we're starting big and going small, guys. The way that you lot prefer it. Don't like it if I start small and go big, and I don't blame you, that is the harder way to do it. But every now and again I do that to you. And time. Okay, starting with it in the right hand, side lunge to slingshot. Let's go, let's not wait. Okay, so again, this one really works the inner thigh, but only if you firmly anchor the foot that's staying stationary. So this is our last 50. And you've already been working out for 16 minutes, guys, at the end of this one. We're then going to be taking it to exactly the same exercises, except the first exercise will change to a slingshot squat, and it's going to be 40 seconds. You've still got 10 seconds breather in between every exercise. So we've got to take into consideration change of equipment, change of position, and time. Leave that in the centre. Okay, we've now got a slingshot squat. So start with it in the right hand again. You ready? Let's go. So touch down, round the back. Touch down, round the back. Now, if you want to make this a bit harder, take your feet a bit wider and really reach across the body. But when you've taken the feet wider, don't be leaning like that. The knees still need to be going forwards. The degree of difficulty comes on how strict you are. Now I'm going to do a single deadlift with the use of the hammer on the next exercise. And time. So you can stay on suitcase or join me on the deadlift. Hammer, left hand side, and it's going to be left leg moving, and we've got our deadlift. So remember, you can still do the suitcase. If you haven't got a hammer, you probably won't be able to do this exercise. But then again, there's 1,000,001 YouTube videos watching some smart ass instructor doing this exercise perfectly without the weight. I just want you to focus on the weight, guys. I do a balance exercise. It's a balance exercise. This is a weights exercise. Time. Move that. Take that down over to your left side. Step it out, single arm row, right side. Let's go. So again, with a release. Also remember that this is the correct position, foot down, and you've got your forearm above your knee. Okay, you've not got your hand, it's your forearm. And then after this one, we're going down to the floor for the press-ups. Kept it really quite simple this morning, using 2 pieces of equipment and hopefully flowing through quite nicely. And time. Drop that down, keep that underneath the right hand. You've got your forward and backward press-ups. Span the fingers out on the left hand, let's go. So drop that nose down. Part mobility, part stretch, part strength. So we've got that little push back. Obviously, if I've given anyone a name check this morning and you don't want that going on to YouTube, just drop me a text, guys, and just say, no, I won't be offended. I'll just delete. And time. Just flip that kettlebell up again. Move it over onto the left side. Step the right foot forwards. Okay, so up, down, lunge again. Up, down, lunge. There is an option to take it in, out and down. In, out and down if you wanted to. But I'm going to stay on the up, down, lunge. I don't want you to feel like you're restricted from doing your own stuff. After this one, we've got our Thor's hammer with the hammer or dumbbell. And it's going to be on the right hand side. And time. I'm just going to move that out my way. Hammer, right hand underneath, left hand over the top, wide-ish stance. Let's go, guys. So wind it round, smash it down. We're doing really well this morning, gang. So this is a Wednesday morning workout. Midweek little bit of haven where we're not rushing around. And this week we're in a transition phase where we're doing lots of different time frames and modalities so that we're getting ready to go back to some formulated training that will kill us. Sorry, giant dog walking across the screen. And time. Remove that into just the right hand. Adjust the feet. Okay. Are we ready? Squat side raise. Keep that going, guys. Don't want the RSPCA coming at me. Let's get Bruce's biggest dog in the world. Bed out. Jump bed, baby. Okay. So we're on our little squat raise. And then joy of joys, we've got that kneeling squat. Oh my gosh, coming up to look at the screen. When I say that kneeling raise, how well's that going to go down, guys? It's not. Okay, it's not. Okay. Squat side raises. Time. Put that down. Take yourself down. Keep that right foot forwards. And we're going to go squat. Now, hopefully you can see. Now, keep going on that. I'm narrow on the knee, but when I come up, I'm going to take my feet firmly forwards, but a little bit wider. So that makes you work your hip a little bit more. And that's what this exercise is all about. Okay, so we've done lots of flexibility work on the hip. This is a strength work on the hip. It will get the heart rate up a little bit because it's so many big muscle groups working together. And rest. I'm going to stay down this time, guys. We're going to be changing sides. Put that left foot forwards. Check your toes, let's go. So, wider on the squat, narrower on the kneel. And again, keep going. Use of hand on knee. I'm doing it above the knee and spanning my fingers over there. Because I know that this knee has a tendency to jot in. Okay, that's a weakness on this hip. So I'm stopping that from happening. And then moving forward, I'll be able to remove it. And time. Okay, grab the hammer. Stick in front, or like dumbbell. Toes forwards. Let's go. Now on this one, gang, I'm just noticing a little bit on the live teach that as you're getting tired, you're starting to do that. Okay, can you see that I'm leaning over and using a little bit of momentum? I don't want it. The workout comes from the arm, not the body. Make sure your feet are forwards. You can do what you like with that spare hand. Time. Okay, right hand over, Left hand under, adjust the feet. We've got our Thor's hammer with the dumbbell or kettlebell. With the dumbbell or hammer. Do not try Thor's hammer with a kettlebell. Bad things will probably happen. And then after this one, we're down on the floor with your left foot forward, kettlebell underneath the right hand for our up down lunge or our step in lunge. Time. That goes down. Okay. So the kettlebell underneath that right hand. Left foot forwards, up down lunges. Okay, so we've got an up down lunge or an option to do the little tap in and down. So that's one option or your second option there. Now I've been really stupid on this morning. I've managed to do the right side on the up down lunge all the way through so far. So if I've made a boob, the same advice goes to me as to you. I've just got to repeat everything again in my own time till I'm even. Time. Down that goes. Kettlebell goes underneath the left hand. Backward and forward press up. Let's go. So again, if you want to have your knees a little bit wider on this one, you can, so you can widen the knees a bit if you want to. That'll give you a bit more stretch on the way back. Might feel a bit nicer, not sure. So remember, I always do little videos if I'm going to be absent. I'm not going to say AWOL because I'm giving myself leave for next week. Time. Retip that. Step the right foot forwards. Push yourself up. We've got our single arm row. Toes forwards, toes turned. On there. Single arm row. Okay, we're still on 40 seconds. So, you don't have to put it down if you don't want to. But like I said, it makes every exercise like the first repetition. And in the weights world, guys, the first and last repetitions are always the hardest. Next exercise is going to be that deadlift or suitcase. So, up it comes. Put that on the left-hand side. If you're doing the deadlift, hammer comes onto the right-hand side. It's going to be right leg moving, or you can stay suitcase. Let's go. And then you bring in that swinging leg up parallel. So I'll do this from the side so that you can see what I'm doing. And I'm bringing that up. I'm not just doing that, guys. So I'm bringing it all the way up. As I'm bringing that leg up, I'm trying to push my hip round. But remember, you can still do suitcase. And time. Okay, get rid of that hammer. Now, we've got our slingshot squat. I'm going to go wider, but remember, don't lean over. Let's go. So, touch down, round the back, touch down. So, if you're unsure whether or not you're leaning over or not, guys, without me, I want you to be able to self-correct. You'll see it in your knees. You'll feel it in your body. So, if you twist, that'll happen to the knee and that'll happen to the back. If you're doing it properly, really focus on the knees, following your big toes. This is our last 40-second exercise. Time. Keep that kettlebell there. we've got our clean and press for this next round. Starting with 30 seconds, same 10 seconds breathe over, same exercises. Let's go. So we've got our clean and press. So snatch it, slide it, press it. So I've changed the first exercise every time. Otherwise we'll be having 3 repeats on the most basic exercise. Next exercise, when you hear the bell, is either suitcase or deadlift. I'm going deadlift, so I'm going to need the hammer, left hand side, kettlebell in the right. Let's go. So we've got our deadlift, or you've got your suitcase, which you should be okay at doing. Now remember, the hammer is not only a weight, we use it for lots of different things as well, guys. So it's a really useful piece of kit. Get ready for your single arm row. Time. I'm getting rid of the hammer, placing that on the left hand side, so I can work my right arm, left forearm on thigh. Let's go. Now this time I'm going to keep it in my hand. I'm not doing any release. I'm letting the kettlebell touch the floor. Now this is a very traditional weights exercise, gang. In a gym, it's normally done off the bench, but we haven't got benches. We're a home workout crew. Drop that down. Right hand goes on it. We're going to go for our forward and backward press up. We ready? I'm taking my knees a bit wider. Let's go. So I want you to have a really big stretch here. Now I'm going to massively date this workout now, guys. Last night I was really late getting to bed because I started watching that new ITV drama, Until I Kill You. Oh my gosh! I couldn't go to bed. I'm glad it was only 4 episodes, not 6. And time. Slide that over to the opposite side. Okay. Right foot forward. We're going to do a leg swing this time. So I just want you to swing the left leg. You can still do up down lunge if you want to. So I can highly recommend the new ITV drama Until I Kill You. It will annoy the hell out of you on the first episode. Stay with it. Get ready for your Thor's hammer coming up. Time. Let's just get rid of that. Okay. And we've got hammer, underhand grip, right side. Let's go. Yeah, so Anna Maxwell Martin. In it. Brilliant. I also watched a very good film on Sunday. It's on Sky. And it's Kate Winslet's new film, Lee. Oh my gosh, I was haunted by that. Haunted. So good. Oscar, she will get one. Time. Release it. Hand. Feet. You ready? Let's go. So we've got our squat side raise. Now remember what I said. Make sure you get your feet there. Start to notice if you're leaning a little bit to it. If you are in doubt of if you're leaning or not, you can always take this one up against the wall. And do it. I'm adding a squat to soften it a bit, gang. Time. Your favourite, my favourite, nobody's favourite. Right foot forwards on your left knee. Let's go. So wider on the squat, narrow on the kneel. You can see the pace I'm going. It's not fast. You can go faster if you wanted to. Remember, this is about positioning, thought process. It's Soul Fitness. We believe slow things down to start with and then speed them up. Don't instantly try to run before you can walk on things. And time. Hate that exercise. Anyway, left foot forwards on that right knee. Check the toes are forwards. Let's go. Squat. So narrow on the knee, wider on the foot. You can turn the foot out a little bit if you wanted to, but I don't like what it does to the ankle. But that's just me being anal. Time. Okay. Hammer. Stick in front or dumbbell. Squat side raise. Let's go, guys. Let's start our last journey back through. I am sweating, but we do have the heating on, and I put this sweatshirt on, and I spilled coffee all the way down the front of my sweat t-shirt just before I started teaching, so I didn't want to do that to anybody. Time. Hand over, hand under, feet wide, Thor's hammer. Let's go. A little bit previous there guys, wasn't I? Next exercise is going to be your leg swing or your up down lunge. You want the kettlebell on your right hand side. We're starting down on the floor, and it'll be your left foot forwards for the next exercise. Time. Down that goes. Okay. So that's underneath the right. Left foot forwards. Let's go swinging. So keeping that heel down. You'll notice I've got no shoes on. I do like it, barefoot training, guys. I do endorse it. I do think you get a better feel, especially when you're doing this type of exercise. You're in a neutral position to you, not a position where the trainer manufacturers think you should be. And time. Let's move it to the other side. Drop it forwards. Up, down, press ups. Underneath the left hand. Let's go, knees are wide. So, I'm really against all this AI stuff that's been pushed down our throats, guys. It's not allowing ourselves to think for ourselves. But barefoot training is a little bit like non-AI, whereas we make the decisions what's best for us rather than what somebody else tells us. And time. Sit that up. Step the right foot forwards. Okay. And we're in that single arm row position. Let's go. Single arm row. Now remember, I'm not doing that little release this time. Yeah, I'm sweating. It's that pesky kneeling lunge. I've quite enjoyed this workout this morning, and hopefully you have as well. And it's probably about, we've got 16, 10, 8, probably about a 43-minute workout, guys. Okay, we've got our deadlifts, or we've got our suitcase. Hammer if you're doing deadlifts. Let's go. But remember, you can still do suitcase. I did suitcase on the first round, just to make sure we're properly warm, before we got into the bigger isolated exercises. So we've done our first share, gang, of, keep going. and time. Put that down. Okay. Clean, press. Last exercise. Let's go again. So we've got a clean and a press. So again, as always, my trademark, nobody else does this. Push it right the way back through so that when you pick it up, you're working your glutes and lower abs, not your back. Last exercise again. And time. Oh, just give that a little swing through just to relax the hips, glutes, shoulders, waist and core off. 4, 3, 2, and time, guys. Please bring yourself back in the room on YouTube. That's it from me.